going to start off with the film that I just checked out. This is a biopic based in World War II, and it's a film called Lee. This film is directed by Ellen Kuras. The only credits I could find for her was as cinematographer. She was cinematographer on Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And in this story, it's the story of photographer Elizabeth Lee Miller, a fashion model who became an acclaimed war correspondent for Vogue magazine during World War II. And this film stars Kate Winslet, Andy Samberg, Alexander Skarsgård, and Andrea Riseborough. And for the most part, I rather enjoyed this film. It's kind of, tropey in the fact that it kind of follows the same beats as a lot of biopics, but I did find her story pretty interesting, and as well as the performances in this, particularly Kate Winslet. I haven't seen her in anything in a while. Last time I seen her, she was like a blue person in a James Cameron film,
Avatar.
So yeah, Avatar: Way of the Water. But in this film, she's really great in this, man. We kind of pick up with her, like she's kind of maybe I would say maybe early 40s. I'm not sure, the real life, age that she would have been, when this event started happening. But she's kind of just, bumping around, drinking, hanging out with people. She's a model that's kind of in her retirement phase, and she's kind of bored with life. So she joins up, finally finds a purpose with World War II happening in the background, and joins as a war correspondent. Interestingly enough, I think she did try to join the British side first, and they was like, nah, we're not going to put women out there in this field. But she joined up with the Americans, and they were like, have at it, So interestingly enough, though, she gets in and starts moving around and seeing the horrors of war, and it kind of has an impact on her. One of the biggest events was, I think she was a prize-winning photographer and actually getting some of these photos published for Vogue. And when the story comes out, she realizes her photos aren't in this, and there's a big thing because it's like, I risked my ass for this. This stuff kind of has a big meaning to me. She's seeing things that the public wasn't privy to, especially the horrors of the war, what it's doing to the people that are participating in it, the soldiers, the victims. There's concentration camp, photos that she took. And so eventually, we found out that I think those end up getting published in the American version of Vogue, so they still got seen, but I think it probably would have had more impact if her home country had, recognized her efforts. But it's a cool story. There's a lot of stuff that's getting touched on in this film, especially some of the relationships. I was really surprised by Andy Samberg's character in this, man. I thought he did a really great job because he's kind of paired up with her, during legs of this journey, and it's kind of cool just seeing him do something dramatic. I mean, I always had this feeling that a lot of these guys that are known for comedy can cross over and do great dramatic work as well, and he's really solid in this film. So it's definitely, I don't know how it's gonna hold up in the long run. It's not something that I probably would rush out and revisit again. I think it is well done, and mostly because of the performances. As far as everything else, like I said, it's kind of basic, by the book biopic fare. But there may be some recognition for some of the performances coming out of this, especially hers, and I think it's definitely worth a watch. Just for that alone. She's great in this, like really good.